It might be hurricane season, but there's no hurricanes indoors right now. But we do have the battle of the best in the FBA. It's the Florida Flight and the St. Pete Tide coming in, both at a 4-0 record. It's the battle of the undefeateds. Jesse O and Alvin Delvey here with you, bringing you FBA Saturday night game of the week basketball as a shot missed on the far side by Grant Gullett. So it's Gullett, Glegg, Waldo, Moss, and Dickerson in. Mike Butler misses the three. Adam Waldo a rebound. And then for the St. Pete Tide, it's Anthony Brooks, Mike Butler, Josh Shane, Benjamin Colin, and Bargman down low. And a shot missed on the other side by the Flight. Now here come the Tide. Still a 0-0 ball game as Anthony Brooks dribbles right. Clanks that one. Colin the rebound. Colin up top to Josh Shane. Shane slowing things down. Man-to-man defense here for the Flight as we get things going. Last game was a close one for the Tide, who played the Pride. They won that one 97-93. David Butler, who is not here today. Colin the fadeaway. Didn't even really take a jump off the ground, and it's a 2-0 ball game. The Tide are up in the game.
Wow, that's just a good job getting a nice move and getting the jumper up and in, taking the lid off the basket. Good job by the Tide.
Other side, shot made.
And this is going to be a back and forth game. Both teams are undefeated. Let's see who's going to have that first blemish on their record.
Pump fake by Colin. Left side, Josh Shane. And that one just rims out. Grant Gullett the rebound, and Gullett now going the other direction.
Gullett's going to have a huge game today. He had a good one yesterday, last week, and he had another one the previous time he came out. He's going to have to show them who he is in this one.
From the left block, to dribble in by Bartman. No good. Here's the ball going the other direction. Still a 2-2 ball game. Moss pulling things back. And a foul down low. Moss going to the line.
And that's a smart foul. Understanding he's in transition. He's attacking the basket. Giving them a chance to actually just corral their defense, get stout again, and live to play another play.
Dickerson to inbound to Glegg. Elliot Glegg running the traditional point for the Florida Flight. Over to the right side. Moss a step back. And it was called a three, but an air ball, and the rebound by Colin. So Benjamin Colin now playing the forward/center for the Tide. Sitting at 6'8". Pass left side, Mike Butler, no good. And Glegg the rebound, tapped around by Waldo to get there. And Moss tried to get a little too fancy with it. Brooks the steal. Shane, left wing, now back out. And Bargman off the mark. Moss all by himself, easy basket. Yes, sir. Brandon Moss on the board. It's a 4-2 ball game.
And that's just a good job. The ball's moving back and forth. Brandon Moss averaging 42 points per game. Just staying back there, get a nice easy dunk.
Left side, Shane, a long two. Colin the rebound, and Colin the putback. So Colin now with all four of the points for the Tide.
How about the big fella, Colin, on that one? He has a clear size advantage over the big Adam Waldo, so that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Right now he's balling, dominating that block. Let's see if he's going to continue to do that.
Gullett off to the right side, and here comes Shane. Shane, pass down low. Brooks backing in on Glegg. He throws it up top. Three on the way. Good! Mike Butler hits his first three, averaging 11.5 points per game and shooting 36% from beyond the arc. 7-4 ball game.
That was a sweet jumper, just like how he would have sang it. Mike Butler actually is a musician, fun fact, and you saw right there, tickling the twine, making it sound like fine wine. Good job by Mike Butler on that one.
Adam Waldo baseline? No. Brooks the rebound, and Brooks the pass ahead to Shane. Shane, the give off, one dribble by Bargman. Back up top, Butler, left side. Now Shane again double teamed. Gullett cut him off from cutting down towards the left block. Brooks to Colin. Colin backing up on Waldo, and he makes the shot. Benjamin Colin now with 6 points.
And Benjamin Colin is just eating on that block right there. He has all of their points so far. And what you're seeing is pure dominance. He has a height advantage, and they're looking to exploit that early on. Let's see if the Flight can figure out a way to funnel or front him or do something to stop that bleeding.
Dickerson, a nice step back there. Dickerson is getting things going.
Nice rhythm dribble and playing around in the paint. Good job by Dickerson getting that one up and in. It looked beautiful too.
9-6 ball game.
There you go.
Moss the steal. Moss going the other direction. And Moss fouled. And they waved that one off.
Nice heads up play by Dickerson on that end. You know they're going to go and attack Benjamin Colon. They're trying to feed him the ball early. Recognizing that, getting a hand there. Grant Gullett saving it. And you know what happens in transition with the Florida Flight. Good job defensively, turning defense into offense. Let's see what they do.
Shane Prunty checking into the ball game for Adam Waldo. And then here comes Sean Sukup. Sukup, one of the unsung heroes this season for the St. Pete Tide. Doesn't score a lot, but last game against the Pride, he had 6 rebounds, 1 assist, and 3 steals. And he's a rebound and steal machine. He creates turnovers and plays hard off of the ball. So look for his defense against Brandon Moss. Blake to Dickerson. Dickerson left side, and Moss will put that one through.
Just too easy for the Flight offense. When everyone touches the ball, that's when they're at their best right there. 4+ passes, and you see an easy 2 by Brandon Moss.
It's a 9-8 ball game. Shot right side, no good. And Gullett fouled hard as he goes down for the rebound, and he is in a little bit of pain. Slow to get up.
And
that looks all right.
As long as he's good, that's what you want to see. You want to see him good because he reached for that ball. Looked like a tight end going across the middle. Looked like a little bit of George Kittle there.
Oh, I love George Kittle. Don't get me started on Kittle, Alvin.
Grant Gullett with the strong hands. Watch for him to have a pretty good game today.
And just like that, Gullett gets on the board. Or excuse me, Glegg gets on the board. Excuse me, but a 10-8 ball game now. Flight are up by 1. 3 team fouls already on the St. Pete Tide with under 6 minutes left to play in the first. Mike Butler, left corner, he hit one earlier. And that one just rims out. Sukup the rebound, and Sukup with the reverse.
Very patient by Sukup. Getting that board and understanding he's in traffic, getting up and in on the other side. Good job.
And another foul. And I think Moss has just decided he can go down low and drill it home as much as he wants.
Whenever he gets that aggressive, you understand it is a problem for the other team because he gets to the basket at ease. It's just whether he wants to do it.
Dickerson over to the right side. Prunty, a 3, and off to the mark on the right side. He was 1 for 1 on 3-pointers so far this season. Down low, Mike Butler making the free shot. He's got 5.
Good job streaking by Mike Butler on that one. And going back to Shane Prunty, yeah, he's shooting pretty well from the field. Look for one of those to fall.
Quick pass left side, catch and shoot. Elliot Glegg hits the 3.
Elliot Glegg doing what he does. He averages 17 points per game so far, and he's shooting about 37% from 3. You do not want to leave him open. He shoots at a high clip.
Glegg now with 5 points, averaging 17 this season. A 13-13 ball game. Left side, dancing the step back by Richards. Now down low, the give up to Sukup. Sukup missed that one, and now Brandon Moss on a fast break. Moss getting through traffic, getting by Richards and Sukup. Glegg saves it from going out of bounds on the near side. Now Glegg going up with the right hand, no good, tapped around. Moss regains. Gullett. A long 3 straight away. Good! And how about Grant Gullett getting on the board with his first 3 points? The Florida Flight are in the lead by 3.
Grant Gullett is no slouch from the 3. He's shooting 40%.
Other side, Aaron Richards putting that one through.
No idea why they're testing him that well, just letting him shoot wide open. You got to contest him. He's shooting 40%, and he will rip you apart. He's averaging 29 points per game.
Gullett spinning, getting through. Grabs his own rebound now on the miss. Tries the second putback, and finally blocked down by Mike Butler.
And that's just a great job by Gullett getting his rebounds. You want to see him make those, but then Mike Butler sending that emphatically out of bounds. Good job ending that possession, but he has to do it again for 22 more seconds.
Yikes. Prunty falls down to the ground as they inbound to Moss. Moss against Butler, and Butler playing right up defense on Moss. Moss a pump fake to the right, now dribbles left, shoes off Butler, throw over to the right side, and that one's missed. Ball tapped out of bounds by the Tide, so the Flight regain possession. So Kurt King will be playing the defense on Moss as they inbound to Elliot Glegg. Down low, Dickerson wanted a foul in the rebound by Brooks. 16-15 ball game. Sue Cup down low, passed out to Anthony Brooks, and Brooks left side. Richards blocked down low by Moss on the two-point shot. Moss running the floor other side. Elliot Glegg's been good from three today and misses that one. Dickerson, a big rebound and a foul on the floor.
We're seeing some good defensive possessions, just guys elevating and sending shots back. That's going to deter guys when they're coming down the lane later on in this game, because you're going to see guys start rushing shots. He saw it a couple of times earlier with Sue Cup on one end when he saw Brandon Moss, and he saw it again on this side. So that's going to be another hindrance to the field goal percentage on both ends of the court.
So now you see Dickerson at the line here. Shooting two. His team is in the bonus. First one is up and good. Travell Dickerson averaging a little bit south of 5 points per game, has three already.
He's shooting about 50% from the stripe. Let's see if he could hit both of these and stay untrue to that percentage he's been yielding thus far.
3 minutes left to go in the first, and now the Flight up by three.
And in this game, there's going to be a tit-for-tat game. You're seeing it so far in this only the first quarter. Let's see what these two teams, these two juggernauts, both teams are undefeated, mind you. Let's see what they could do and make this game exciting down the stretch.
Left side, Mike Butler is off the mark. So Kurt King playing defense on Brandon Moss. That's signature matchup, and we have not seen him yet this season as Gullett turns in, and the second chance putback is no good, and Gullett knows he should have made a shot like that. A steal by Dickerson, down to Gullett, and Gullett throwing down the sledgehammer.
That's what you have to do if you're Grant Gullett. The layups aren't going, you're frustrated. Throw it home emphatically every single time. Grant Gullett doing a great job on the block.
A one dribble three by Glegg, no good. Here comes Richards going the other side. Richards averaging 10 points per game, saved from going out of bounds by Gullett. Look at Gullett on the ground. Now Glegg going the other side. Moss down low, tangled up, and fouled.
That's just great hustle on the defensive end. Grant Gullett just a little slow to get up, but he's smiling, so we know he's okay. But that's just great hustle, just diving for the ball, letting everybody know he wants the ball. And then you see Shane just reciprocating that effort, diving once again, and Brandon Moss taking it coast to coast, trying to get an and one to no avail. But he's been struggling a little bit from the free throw line. Let's see if he can knock these home, because in this game, it's going to be a tale of the free throw line and fast break points.
So last game, Moss went 4 of 11 from the free throw line, and he was off to the right on that first one. That game that they won against Brevard came down to the final 30 seconds of the game. The Flight shot 44% from the field, but 26% from beyond the arc, and 61.5% from the free throw line. And Moss sort of trying to build his free throw resume there. A 21-15 game, but Moss came away in that game with 33 points, 18 rebounds, 6 blocks, and 7 assists. And he got another block there on Colin before Colin was fouled a second time going up for a shot.
But that's just a great job by Colin. He got blocked, but he's relentless. So he got his same board and put it right back up with the same aggression he took it up with the first time. He's not deterred. He doesn't care if he gets blocked. he's going to be at their necks all game long. And that's going to be interesting to see because we haven't seen Cullen in the past couple of games, but his presence is magnifying this Tide offense, and it gives them second chance points. He struggles from the free throw line, but he's a true big man. So that's going to be interesting to see how the Flight is going to actually contain him, how they're going to contain him, or if it's just going to be a complete shootout, what their tactics are going to be.
Cullen, the second one is a make. And so now a 21-16 ball game. The Flight are up by 5. So here's Glegg. Prunty up top, no good. And a great fight for the rebound by Grant Gullett. Moss going in, up with the flick. And he didn't make the shot, but he'll go to the line again. So Benjamin Cullen, we haven't seen much time yet here in the FBA, but we talked to him before the game, and he said he wants to make an immediate impact on his team and help out however much they can because they are without their two key players, Dave Butler and A.J. Williams. A.J. Williams had a great game last game. He had 29 points, 10 of 20 from the field, and Dave Butler had 31. So the St. Pete Tide, without their two best players this game, the Florida Flight without Terrell Alfred. And you can talk about how much both of these teams are missing, Alvin.
So definitely both teams are reeling right now. And St. Pete Tide is also missing Romeo Edwards. So they're basically missing their trifecta, their three-headed snake, really. But they have some key guys in Benjamin Colon. We could clearly see his impact early on. So he's going to have some pretty big shoes to fill with missing those three guys. They put up each one of them averaging about 20, 18, and 15. So offensively, that's a lot of points, and he does a great job of getting second chance opportunities, so they're going to be able to fill that out. And missing Terrell Alfred, he dropped in 6 threes last game for the Flight. So that's going to be tough. You see Shane Prunty coming in, and he's kind of taking that three-point role to be the one putting up those shots. And with his percentage coming into the game, you're going to want to see him start knocking those down because you're going to see a lot of him today.
Moss to pass ahead to Glegg, a 22-16 game. Moss throwing it down with the right hand. Brandon Moss showing why he is an early candidate for MVP in the FBA. And an off-ball foul.
And that would be 2 MVPs back-to-back because last year, as you all know, he was co-MVP with Grant Gullett. It was Grant Gullett and Brandon Moss, the 2 scoring leaders for this team. And you can see if you're tuned in, if you're watching the same game we're watching, they're all over this court. Elliott.
A shot left side made by Richards.
And Richards actually does a great job for the Tide. He comes in and he typically knocks in about 10 points per game. And right there you see why.
Another foul on the floor. Brandon Moss, the leading scorer in the FBA. He's a top 5 in rebounding and a top 5 in assists as well. He was an NAIA All-American senior year and has had many chances to play abroad and has played even better than we've seen him here abroad as well. And a lot more opportunities are coming his way in the future, and we're so happy that we get to witness his greatness here in the FBA. Stick with us. More basketball on the way in just a second. Moss, other direction with under 30 seconds left to play in the first. Moss to Gullett, and Gullett extending and falling down before he can make this shot. The pass ahead to Richards, other side, and Richards putting it through a 20-14 ball game.
Richards just capitalizing on that miss, but my, oh my. I did not know Grant Gullett could fly like that.
24-20 with 5 seconds left to go in the first. Glegg throwing up a shot with the right hand. No good. And Gullett puts it through and wanted a foul. But Grant Gullett gets the last shot of the first quarter. So Grant Gullett coming up big. He's now got 7 points. Moss with 9. And they pace the leading scorers in the game. Stick with us. More basketball on the way in just 1 second.
At Envy Labs, we build web applications that start with an idea. They move through strategy and need an outside eye ahead of wireframes and technical specifications. There's design and layout and functionality, but there's also performance, things like accessibility and data visualization. It all comes together for what ultimately is a successful launch. Over the past decade, Envy Labs has built platforms that pair things like data and sports or environmental science. We've built technical training platforms around data science and around network administration, and we've bootstrapped and sold our own product. We are a temporary CTO and an outside specialist in strategy, design, and development. It takes a lot to go from idea to launched web application, but it's all right there in our name. Reach out to hello@envylabs.com and let's take a look at your idea together.
Muya Burgers, Fries, and Shakes Oviedo Mall. Best burger you'll ever eat. It's worth the drive.
Hey, what is up, everyone? My name is Susie, and I'm a full-time partner streamer on Twitch.tv. I've made it my mission to help gamers win in every area of life. So whether it's helping you win in gaming by teaching the latest tips and tricks on whatever games you might be playing, helping you win in fitness through my daily fitness streams, or even just helping you win in your week, we're building genuine community, and we've got a place just for you. So I want to encourage you right now to follow me over at twitch.tv/SusieLive. I stream Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see some of you soon.
So a little action that you missed there, but nobody scored yet, so we're all good, Alvin. We're back here in the second quarter as the clock is ticking down from 11:40 now. So here's Anthony Brooks up top. His team trailing by 6 to the Florida Flight. Shane into Bargman. Bargman right side, a pump fake by Butler. Now Anthony Brooks trying to get inside in the restricted zone up with the right hand, and good. Anthony Brooks, his first 2 points of the ball game.
And that's a good job by Anthony Brooks, understanding the assignment right there. Getting into the teeth of the defense, but then turning that weak shoulder and getting a nice jumper to go up and in. Good job by Brooks. He knows how to score. He's averaging about 17 points per game. Look for him to get active early.
Moss, Cleveland, now Gullett stepping back, guarded by Colin, and he'll shoot it over Colin. And it hits the backside of the rim, so fresh shot clock now as Cleveland pulled down that rebound. Gullett going inside and under, and Brandon Moss up with the left hand. Moss with 11 points. And he's well on his way to his season average of 42.5.
And that's just a good job by moving the ball offensively for the Flight. Terry Cleveland gets the second chance opportunity and does a great job distributing, and right there you see what that yields. That's fruit, and that's back buckets for the Flight.
Anthony Brooks up top. Quick 2 baskets back to back. He's now got 5. A 28-25 game. And the St. Pete Tide not going away.
And Brooks actually banging home the trifecta right there. He's averaging about 23%, but right there you see him knock it true. He has good form, so we want to see him knock that down.
Elliot Glegg making one over the big man. Glegg now with 7 points.
Elliot Glegg just does a great job of attacking seams, and right there you see what that means. Getting to the teeth of defense, knocking down the mid-range jumper.
Other way, here's Moss now. Getting around Butler, and Moss putting it through, and Brandon Moss seems like he can get in clear to the basket all night. Has 13 points. Shooting 63% from the field, a 32-25 game.
there seems to be no beef in the interior when Brandon Moss is attacking the rim. And right there, you see exactly what that means. If there's nobody there, he's going up over the top of everyone, slamming it home. And Brooks right now getting to the line. He's going to be able to shoot a couple of free throws, and he averages about 68% from the line. You want to see that around 70, so he's right there. Look to see him play more aggressive. He's done so thus far, getting into the teeth of the defense, and now we're going to see what that's going to do for him. If he's going to be able to get more shots, and if he gets more shots, he's going to get more to the line, and from there, we're going to see what he does with those attempts.
Brooks from the line. Free throw up and good.
You got to love the shoe coordination, though. The sock with the shoes, the Kobe's on.
I could never.
Too flashy?
I wish I had that kind of swag. There's no way. Brooks with 7, making a pair of free throws, 32-27 game. Brooks the guards, or, more of a traditional wing, actually, who has great vision of the floor and good footwork on defense. Elliot Glegg hitting one from 10 feet left side.
And the thing that you like about the Tide, they don't really have a true one guard in right now. Everyone's being able to take the ball up the court, and everyone's shooting and distributing. So you love to see how that's been working out for him.
Another rebound for Moss. Glegg now left wing. The pass into Gullett, and Gullett's been controlling that downstairs area so far. Terry Cleveland likes to take threes, but missed that one. He's got a rainbow arcing shot, kind of like Andre Iguodala, one of your favorite Miami Heat players, Alvin. Still 34-27 game. Moss other side getting through and making the shot, and goes to the line to shoot for a chance at the three-point play.
That's just a good job by Brandon Moss, recognizing where he has the advantage and just rocketing towards the basket, launching himself forward, propelling himself to the rim, getting the and one attempt. Let's see if he could actually complete it by knocking down this free throw. Did you know that Brandon Moss actually can freestyle?
Oh, I've heard it. I did know that, actually. Our viewers didn't. But he's put the team on his back again. They're up by 9. But Anthony Brooks, other side, hitting a long 2. Now with 9 points.
And that's just good for him to see those go down. Anthony Brooks has been shooting very well beyond the arc this game, just 1 for 1, and now knocking down a long 2. Look to see him get more aggressive from long range.
Glegg from the right elbow. He's so beautiful.
Everyone knows.
From those mid-range shots.
Everyone knows what Elliot Glegg could do coming off a pick and roll.
Brooks another one, and that time it's from 3. He's got 12.
Anthony Brooks is turning it up. Do not forget he dropped 31 in their first game. He simmered off for the past few games, and it looks like he is trying to take the reins on the scoring so far.
The second chance put back by Waldo is no good. And here comes Bargman the other way. Bargman going right. A pump fake. Brooks, mid-range, now up top. Good ball movement there. Richards left corner, guarded by Gullett. 5 seconds on the shot clock, a long 3. And that one tipped around. And King and Bargman combined to tip it off of each other and out of bounds. Coach King is going to use a timeout with 7:17 left to go in the second quarter. A 38-32 ball game. Florida Flight still on top. Back here for second quarter action, under 7:15 left to play through 2 periods. 38-32, a 6-point lead. Moss dancing, Moss the step back, and it's off front iron. Ball tipped up, brought down by Bartman. Here he goes the other direction.
That's a great job defending by King on Brandon Moss.
Rod Richards flips it in. He's got 8 points, and now a 4-point game.
The Tide have a new sense of determination that we haven't seen from them so far. They haven't played a team quite like the Flight. Both teams are undefeated for a reason, and you are seeing these juggernauts battle early in this one.
Waldo couldn't get the short one to fall, and Anthony Brooks sent it out of bounds, spinning around. Now that is unfortunate.
Definitely. The Flight are going to have themselves another possession, and they're going to have to start putting points on the board. They've kind of lowered a little bit and given the Tide a lot of hope.
38-34 game. Glegg left side, hits the 3. Elliot Glegg coming alive. He's got 14.
And Elliot Glegg doing what he does, sinking into that corner, knocking down the corner 3, and that's what he brings to the table. Watch out for more of that.
Anthony Brooks fouled down low.
You see the reaction by the whole Flight defense on that call. Waldo just trying to plead his case on that one.
So now Brooks going to the line again. Interesting thing to note here, Alvin, the St. Pete Tide without Romeo Edwards, your guy, as well, who added 8 points last game, but has that 40-plus inch vertical, which you love seeing.
Definitely. Romeo Edwards, he brings a lot to the table for them. He's that spark plug for them, and it makes sense because he's a coach for a local high school. Is Dr. Phillips High School. He coaches over there, so his guys definitely watch him play, and if you're a coach, you have to perform the things that you're coaching. You can't just preach about it, you have to actually walk it too. So he does a good job for them. They're definitely going to be missing him and AJ and Dave Butler, but they're doing a great job battling with this undefeated team.
Anthony Brooks now with 14 points as the ball goes out off of the Tide. So Travell Dickerson to inbound this one. He had a few too many turnovers last game, so he's trying to work on that. He had 4 against the Pride. He can definitely keep going and contribute when he needs to, but just has to do a better job there. And another turnover by the Flight. A bounce pass down low. Richards up with the left hand from the right side. He makes the shot.
Both teams seem to struggle with their turnover ratio. The Flight have a slight advantage at 19. However, their assists they're averaging 22.5 assists versus 19 turnovers, and the Tide are averaging 23 turnovers to 20 assists. So both teams struggle with assists.
Look at Grant Gullett getting over the top of the defense, high rising and throwing it down low.
Grant Gullett has just decided to play above the rim early in this game. You see him miss a couple layups early on in the first quarter, and that clearly frustrated him.
A turnover created. Elliot Glegg, other side, and puts it through. Glegg not dunking that one.
I think Glegg got a 40 on him.
I'd have to see that one to believe it, Alvin. A foul down low again for Richards.
That's a good job understanding your role. Richards getting into the lane, seeing who's there, attacking, trying to flip it up and in, gets to the free throw line. And for Richards, that is a good place to be. He typically knocks in 10 points, but he's going to have to work on that free throw percentage, shooting it at about 55%. You want to see your guards at around 70, 80. So hopefully he could use this attempt to get closer to that glory line.
Down low boxing out will be Brandon Moss and Grant Gullett in just a second. Richards missing the first one off of the front iron. Richards had 9 points the last time this team played, but 3 of 10 from the field, so he's usually more efficient as he misses both of those free throws and Moss grabs the rebound, but Richards looking to be more effective here. Moss, talk about a guy who's effective. 47-38. Brandon Moss with under 5 minutes left to play is taking over.
Brandon Moss banging it home over the top, catching a body. Great job in transition, recognizing his athletic ability and utilizing them to their fullest potential.
Athletic ability there too, tipping the ball around, and Travell Dickerson now gets a rebound thanks to Brandon Moss. Moss up top. A timeout taken on the floor by the Flight. A 9-point lead. Brandon Moss doing it all for this Flight team. Four minutes left to play in the second. 47-38 game. Glegg dribbling around left side. And he's good at making those shots, but missed that one there. Gullett the rebound, and Gullett fouled on the putback.
Gullett is just playing aggressively on that block, snatching down all these boards and putting them right back up. And before the timeout was called, he actually had a mismatch. He had Shane guarding him, and he wanted that ball. You see him snapping, trying to get his Brandon Moss's attention so he could do whatever he wanted on that one, just because he outweighs him and he can jump and all the different things. But you see Cologne check back in, and that changes how the Flight play offense and defense, really, because you have a big man, an unmovable force on that block and on the interior. So it's going to be interesting to see how Brandon Moss and Greg Gullett and the rest of the cast does against this prolific guy.
Elliot Glegg doing a great job sort of facilitating in this game. He's got his team up by 9 and make that 10 with Gullett at the line.
One thing about Elliot Glegg, he's a self-proclaimed best shooter in FBA. He hasn't missed a free throw, so he's, you know, that argument could be made. There's a few other guys that haven't missed free throws as well, but it's interesting to see if he's going to stay true to that. He has to be more aggressive to get back to that line, and let's see if he stays true, banging home those free throws at such a high clip.
Gullett with 11. Shane, the pass left side to Brooks. Brooks guarded by Gullett. That's a good matchup. And now they'll switch off to Dickerson. Shane surveying, right side. Richards contested 3. Bad shot, tipped around. And look at Glegg passing ahead to Moss, and they're going to have to foul him before he can windmill it home. Wow, it didn't count. But Brandon Moss, a fun player to watch on the floor at all times.
Didn't count, but the crowd loved it. Even though sometimes you have to just finish a play like that and let everyone know that you could get into a dunk competition. But that's a very smart play by the Tide. Understanding that he's a fast break opportunity. You don't want to give that lane and let the crowd erupt, even though they did regardless, and let the bench get involved. You want to foul him early because he struggles from the line. That's the only blemish in his game. Good job by Tide to recognize that.
The crowd loves Brandon Moss, and they also love us, Alvin.
Oh, they love us.
They love us.
They saw Jesse over here flexing, and you just see the ladies are looking. They're
what ladies? The 4-year-old kid in the corner? I don't think so.
I had an imaginary, there was an imaginary lady, Jesse. I don't think you see her. She's in the top left. You know.
Oh, the sniper in the window looking at me. Oh, well, it was great knowing you, Alvin. You're going to be taking over in a sec. I'm taking one for the team here.
Slight confusion on the court. It seems we're going to have a technical shot.
Moss 50%.
Yeah, I mean, clear path foul on white 30, so we'll shoot 2 shots on the ball.
The crew chief, Mike Rivera, and wearing number 34, coming over and talking to us. Brandon Moss misses the second one, so he made one of the 2 free throws.
So going back to that last play that they fouled on, it turns out that wasn't a good idea because you need someone to be behind the ball carrier as he's taking it to the basket on a fast break, and if not, it's going to be 2 shots and the ball back. They're just lucky Brandon Moss missed those.
Gullett spinning, trying to create some room against Colin, and he does! Grant Gullett coming up big, now with 13 points. And he's going to be huge for this team this season. Gullett, another rebound. Here's the fast break. Brandon Moss has a 3-on-2. He passes out. Elliot Glegg for 3. Boom! Glegg drilling the trifecta. It's a 55 to 38 ball game.
It's just so easy for the Flight offense. Once they get going in transition, they look for their shooters, and their shooters know where to stand. Elliot Glegg doing a great job knocking home that trifecta, and Brandon Moss doing a great job looking for him.
Anthony Brooks, other side 3. He's got 17. And now a 14-point deficit for the Tide. Dickerson looking to break this one back open. And Glegg, the nice putback. Elliot Glegg, front runner for MVP in this game so far.
Look at how he battles amongst the trees. Getting an offensive board, putting it right back up, kind of like a bunny, jumping up super quick as soon as his feet touch the ground and already released it. Nice job by Glegg.
Moss, the fast break at 57 to 41. The bunny for 3. Bunny hits!
Big shot by Elliot Glegg once again, 2 for 2, getting in that corner, knocking it down. The penetration and kicking it out of the Flight has been unrivaled by anyone in this league, and so far the Tide have not figured out a way to slow that down.
A 60 to 41 game. The Flight have broken this one open. Glegg caught Shane in the air, and he doesn't make the baseline jumper. A foul as Anthony Brooks comes down with the ball.
And that was just a huge run you witnessed by the Flight, just turning defense into offense consecutively. Doing a great job of forcing tough shots, securing those boards, and just running. And that's where they're the most effective. Everyone on their team can move the ball. Everyone's lean and they're fast, and they've done a great job pushing this one and breaking it open.
Down low, a nice take to the basket by Bargman. His first 2 points of the season. He hit the bleachers hard. Oh no.
Definitely a tough thing to watch. He's getting up, clearly wincing in pain.
Bargman slow to get up. That looked like it hurt.
Definitely. Just came down behind the basket, just came really hard, slid farther than he expected and ran into the bleachers, but it looked like he hit his head. Seems that it wasn't hard enough. He's doing fine, doesn't look wobbled at all. Tough kid.
Real tough. A minute 30 left to go in the second. 60 to 43, the pass down low. Gullett in the middle. There's Dickerson and the rebound pulled down by Butler.
Great defensive possession by the Tide. They got a good shot, but it was contested. They secured the board, and you saw them run.
Under 1 minute left to play now. A 17-point lead for the Flight. There's a bullet from Moss down low to Gullett. And Gullett doing so good down low, getting inside. He's got 15.
That was a laser he threw across the whole court, and Gullett with the strong hands laying it up and in.
Flight by 19. This is the largest deficit that the Tide have had this whole season. And obviously they're missing two of their best players, but the Flight missing some people as well. Left side, three hit by Anthony Brooks. And look at Brooks stepping up now with 20 points already. His season average is a little bit lower than 17. And 23% from beyond the arc, and Brandon Moss, other side, knows how to get to the basket and isn't shy about taking it in deep. A 64-46 game. 10 seconds left to play in the second. Brooks the one-on-one against Moss. A good pass over in the left corner. Mike Butler, wide open three. Mike Butler with 8 points. 3.9 seconds on the game clock. The Flight will hit the last shot. Blake picks this one up. Blake with the last shot from the free throw stripe and can't hit that one. So a 64-49 game as we will come back after the half for the third and fourth quarter action. The Flight have a huge lead in this ball game and looking to extend even more.
World where one girl goes on endless adventures, gives you unbelievable toy unboxings, does insane food challenges, and plays way too much Roblox. It's Elle's Adventures. Subscribe now. Do it. Why not?
Holy cow, it's Nova Rex, the 80s legends.
I want the keto.
I want the double Diablo.
Cheddar bacon.
I'll take a double cheeseburger with extra cheese.
To go!
Here you go, boy. Hey guys, I play a little guitar myself. How about me joining the band? Show us what you got, man. So, dudes, what do you think?
Yeah, man, it's pretty good, but you need more hair.
But the Mooyah burgers were great. Mooyah burgers rock!
Hey, what is up, everyone? My name is Susie, and I'm a full-time partner and streamer on Twitch.tv. I've made it my mission to help gamers win in every area of life. So whether it's helping you win in gaming by teaching the latest tips and tricks on whatever games you might be playing, helping you win in fitness through my daily fitness streams, or even just helping you win in your week, we're building genuine community, and we've got a place just for you. So I want to encourage you right now to follow me over at twitch.tv/SusieLive. I stream Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see some of you soon.
where one girl goes on endless adventures, gives you unbelievable toy unboxings, does insane food challenges, and plays way too much Roblox. It's Elle's Adventures. Subscribe now. Do it. Why not?
Holy cow, it's Nova Rex, the 80s Legends.
I want the keto.
I want the double Diablo.
Cheddar bacon.
I'll take a double cheeseburger with extra cheese.
To go!
Here you go, boy. Hey guys, I play a little guitar myself. How about me joining the band? Show us what you got, man. What's up, dudes? What do you think?
Yeah, man, it's pretty good, but you need more hair.
But the Mooyah burgers were great. Mooyah burgers rock!
Hey, what is up, everyone? My name is Susie, and I'm a full-time partner streamer on Twitch.tv. I've made it my mission to help gamers win in every area of life. So whether it's helping you win in gaming by teaching the latest tips and tricks on whatever games you might be playing, helping you win in fitness through my daily fitness streams, or even just helping you win in your week, we're building genuine community, and we've got a place just for you. So I want to encourage you right now to follow me over at twitch.tv/SusieLive. I stream Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see some of you soon.
Welcome back for the third quarter of action. Jesse O alongside Alvin Delvey. Alvin, a 64-49 ball game. Not the best start we've seen from the St. Pete Tide so far this season. They have a lot to improve on in the second half of this ball game.
So basically what they want to improve on there, they have to stop the stars. You see the stars shining early in this game. Elliot Clegg and Brandon Moss are having above 20 points in this game so far. And for the Flight, they really like what they're doing so far. They've just been really weathering the storm that the Tide has had to offer, and they just want to make sure they maintain that and weather the storm of their next 2 runs, stop those corner threes, and see what the ball game has in store for them.
So Brandon Moss just had a big throwdown on the far side. And that one will be tipped around, and here we go the other direction. Elliot Clegg, right side, no good on that shot. And a long 3, no good as well. And then a pass ahead, other side, and a foul down low.
And on that one, we're just seeing a good job taking it to the basket, being aggressive. And let's see if he could get these free throws to fall right now. They're down 15 in this game so far. We want to see them notch closer. And the easiest way to get closer to that is by getting ahead in the free throw column. One thing about these two teams, they're very similar in field goal percentage. So both teams shooting about 44% from the field, and they're averaging about one team, the Tide is averaging 110, and the Flight averaging 118. So both teams are high scoring, and that's why both of these teams are undefeated. It seems like it's a little one-sided so far. Let's see if the Tide can bring this one closer in the money quarter.
So 64-51, 2 free throws made there by the Tide. There's Anthony Brooks. Down low, no good. And down low, that's Greg Dorlius. I thought earlier it was Benjamin Colon, but no, it is Greg Dorlius, who is wearing 00 today.
And that's just a good job by Greg, understanding the assignment on that one. Down low, getting that board, putting it right back up, fighting and battling to get those 2 points. And I really like that matchup with Grant Gullett and Aaron Brooks. Both guys are bigger, stronger guys, but they're quick. It's going to be interesting to see how these two guys handle that going forward.
Elliot Clegg, the baseline jumper made from the left side. He's now got 28 points in the game.
He's pretty lethal from that mid-range. You see him shoot very well from 3, and that bleeds into the paint as well. Good job by Elliot being able to shoot all over the court.
Clegg left side, no good. And a big rebound there. Shot left side, that one will bounce off, and Waldo pulls that one down for the Flight. Other side, the miss by Dickerson.
So far, we're just seeing a tough one right now. Just neither team really able to secure a bucket, really. There's a huge lid on the basket. And for the Flight, they have a comfortable 13-point lead. However, there's so much basketball left. The Tide just have to figure out a way to get points on the board and take advantage of this lull we're seeing.
Nice shot up there with the right hand.
As he slashes to the basket, he's doing a great job so far. His 3-ball isn't falling, understanding he has to get aggressive, and he did just that, taking advantage of a porous defense on that one.
Elliot Clegg, the other side.
Elliot Clegg has just dominated the mid-range. I don't know who said that the mid-range is dead. Elliot Clegg seems to want to revive it all by himself. He's having himself a game today.
Shot from the left wing is good by Josh Shane.
Shane usually doesn't shoot that much. He doesn't really light you up on the scoreboard. He doesn't really take that much attempts being a true point guard, distributing the basketball. But on that one, you see him wide open, looking to shoot first, and he knocked it down. They're going to need a lot more of that. They're at 10-point deficit right now. If you have Shane hitting threes, you have Greg on the block getting those boards, you have Brooks doing what he's doing, Butler sinking in that corner three. It's going to be interesting to see if they can really make this a very tightly contested game.
So a 10-point game. Shane has that one stolen away by Moss. Moss, other side, and throwing it down. Moss with 23.
Moss doing a little bit of showmanship right there with the player hand behind his head.
Oh, a nice take to the basket there by Anthony Brooks.
Good job by Brooks, too. Realizing that if you could do it, I can do it, too. Nice job getting a little jelly on that.
Blake, right wing. Mike Butler the rebound. Butler going other side. Josh Shane one dribble, and the floater falls through the net.
Love to see a beautiful chocolate float. He had the three ball, didn't like it, took a couple steps in, and released the chocolate float way up in the air.
Dickerson missed the lane basket, but a big rebound there by Grant Gullett. Gullett to just try to find Moss. Waldo, right side Dickerson from 10 feet, misses that one. Look at Waldo fighting for rebounds, and Gullett putting it through.
Great job fighting for extra possessions by Waldo. He was the hero on that one. Dickerson missed it, it's okay. Waldo for the board, hands it to Gullett. Gullett doing what Gullett does, getting to the basket, attacking strong.
The big man down low misses that one, and has his rebound taken away by Gullett.
It is no surprise that Gullett averages 16 rebounds a game.
Adam Waldo down low, making the shot from the right block, a 74-62 game. Right corner, Shane one dribble, bounce pass in, and a block down low by Moss on Dorlius. Moss, the 2-on-2 is fouled.
That was just a great job by Moss. He's averaging 4.5 blocks a game. Just able to elevate and really sky above the rim and send shots back even against a big guy like Greg on that block. Getting a good one and running in transition. They just fouled him on that one. Smart play.
So here's Moss on the inbound. Moss dribbling. Moss the step back. And off to the left side of Dickerson, a big rebound. Gullett down low, and Moss tried the one-handed jam, but couldn't get that one to fall.
Great look, wasn't able to finish.
And the finger roll is up on the other side by Bargman, who's now got 6 points.
Bargman's come into this game, and he's done a great job just fighting. And great job by Brooks, not allowing Brandon Moss to get a hold of that, because he fronted him. If he was able to get that, that would have been an easy 2 points. Good job by Brooks, fighting for his life on that block.
Shane Prunty checking in. And Adam Waldo, the big man, checking out. The big man from Belmont University. Love Adam Waldo on this broadcast. We do. A 10-point game. Gullett, left corner, guarded by Sukup. Here comes a good matchup. Gullett getting around Sukup, and Sukup fouls Gullett right under the basket.
Very smart play by Sukup. Grant Gullett was able to just be patient. He's such a patient player. That's why he had 2 opportunities to try out for 2 different G League teams, and he was able to go pretty far with those opportunities. He's a very patient player. He's very strong, and he's decisively quick. So once he makes a move, he gets that shoulder in front of you and just bulldozes his way. Sukup was not able to match that strength, and he had to foul him. Because if he didn't foul him, that would have been 2 points. However, Grant Gullett is pretty solid from the free throw line, shooting about 62%. But he knocks home that first, and he's probably going to knock it home, just nullifying the attempt. Good job by Grant Gullett on this possession, and really this whole game.
Gullett had 28 points last game, 10 of 18 from the field, but 1 of 6 from beyond the arc. But I think the big one is he came back from back spasms and then ended up getting 22 rebounds.
That's
he had
insane.
a double-double. Both of his numbers were in the 20s. Unbelievable.
That's Russell Westbrook numbers.
Yeah. Only 4 assists, though, for Gullett in that game. All 4 were to Moss, interestingly enough.
They know where to find each other on the court. They have a great chemistry. Watching these two guys play together is just very fun to watch. They're very entertaining. Both high flyers, quick guys, could put the ball on the ground, shoot the rock as well. Very lethal scores.
Here's Shane up top. And the pass down low intercepted by Dickerson. Dickerson getting fancy down low. Shane Prunty. And a travel. He was hugged by Moss.
And that one's just tough. Shane Prunty got it on a block and was bear hugged. And that resulted in a little friendly fire.
That was extreme friendly fire. Bargman, other side with the lay-in. And now back to a 10-point game.
That's a beautiful take by Bardman, bringing them to 10 points with a sweet underhanded take, scoop to the layup.
Blake to Gullett. Gullett down low, had that one tipped around and taken away. And Gullett wanted a foul. Brooks up with the right hand for the lay-in on the other side. Brooks now with 26 points. His team trailing by 8. And here comes Elliot Glegg, who will slow things down a little bit. Bad pass, but luckily Dickerson was there. One step in front of the free throw line. And Travell Dickerson hitting for his 6th point of the game. Back to 10-point lead for the Flight as Coach King loses his fedora.
That's beautiful by Dickerson to pick up that loose change and knock home that mid-range. However, on the back end of that 2-2-1 press, the back man has to be ready for that. They did a good job in the beginning forcing a bad pass, but he has to come up and steal that basketball once that bad pass is meant. Good job on the press, a little lackluster on the end.
And a shot clock violation for the Tide.
That's a great defensive possession by the Flight. Doing a great job not allowing them to get a good look at the basketball.
Four and a half minutes left to play. It is a 78-68 ball game. Brandon Moss bringing the ball up the floor.
This is a great matchup on that block right here.
Gullett down low, foul, and he finally, nope, it was a travel.
Interesting call right there, banging on the block, and it seemed to be a foul, but then he must have dragged that foot a little beforehand. Interesting call right there, but he stung for the travel call. Ty's gonna have an opportunity to steal one.
King from the right corner, no good. And we're not talking about Coach King, that is Kurt King. Here's Glegg, other side, off to the right on the back iron, but Moss grabs the rebound. Moss, one step in front of that free throw stripe, or 3-point stripe, excuse me. And Grant Gullett making the basket and drawing the foul.
Grant Gullett is just doing it all. You see him just hustling all over the court, getting all kinds of boards. You see why he averages a double-double with above 15 rebounds. He's averaging 16 rebounds and 28 points. Right there, you see him get a nice and one, nice putback opportunity. And let's see him bang home this free throw attempt to give them a comfortable lead in this third quarter.
Still an 80-68 game. Our referees for this game, crew chief Mike Rivera, number 34, David Ruiz Calderon wearing number 11, and Vince Apolani's wearing 21 as Gullett puts that one through. And our officials doing a great job today as always. A lot of experience between those three, over 20 years of experience officiating between all of them. And a nice shot well out beyond the arc, contested by Anthony Brooks. He's got 29 points now. Back to a 10-point game.
How about Anthony Brooks understanding the assignment he has today? Without the guys that are usually putting up 29 points, he realizes he's going to have to be the one to carry that offensive burden, and he's doing a great job so far.
Gullett has that one taken away by King. King, other side, fouled, and makes the shot with his left hand. Those are King's first 2 points of the game.
How about King going coast to coast on that one, just battling aggressively to snatch that rebound and just fighting the whole way, the whole length of the court, gets to the rack, has a guy hanging on him, finishes with the offhand, the weak hand, doesn't matter to King because it's his strong hand, knocks it home, giving them a nice little chip into this lead. Let's see if they could ride this wave that they're going on right now and get them within 5 or 6 and get this lead shortened.
From the free throw stripe, Kurt King makes the shot. 81-74 the score. King now with 3 points. And here comes Grant Gullett back on the other side of the floor. Gullett brought it out beyond the arc by Sukup. Now Gullett making up some room. Getting fancy down low. He is fouled.
Every time Grant Gullett gets ahead of steam, the only way to solve it is to foul him, it seems. Because Sukup is one of their best defensive scorers. He averages about 3 steals a game. He does a great job on the perimeter, on the block. He does a great job. But Grant Gullett just does a little bit better. Right there you see why. Banging his way all the way to the block, and he forces a double team. When he forces a double team, now you're going to have to foul. It makes sense because he is a 2-time MVP in his last debut, in his last couple seasons. He does a great job of just dominating everywhere he goes.
Played for the Palm Beach Knights in his first year in the FBA. And last 2 years, or last 2 seasons, I should say. There was no season last year. The last 2 seasons, he's played for the Florida Flight. 83-74 is the score. Sukup gets the rebound, and now a second chance for the Tide on offense. King out beyond the arc, got it by Prunty. And Brooks has been hitting threes all day. Brooks with 27 points with 2.5 minutes left to go in the third.
Brooks just doing a great job understanding it's his team right now. Knocking home another trifecta.
Mid-range from the right side, no good. By Gilbert Thomas, other side. Richards can't get that one to fall. Prunty ahead to Moss, to Gullett, and Gullett going up, not fouled. And a technical on Coach King. And he doesn't get a lot of technicals, but 83-76 the score. 152 left to play in the third quarter, and Coach King just got teched up. Alvin, I don't want to laugh, but wow. Wow.
You don't see that too often.
No.
Coach King irate. You see him very red. All his blood vessels are very dilated. Fedora came off.
No, I was going to say when the fedora's off the head, it's not for a good reason.
Not at all.
He's not happy. So here comes the official call from our crew chief, Mike Rivera.
Clarification, we have a ruling of technical foul on head coach Mark King for the Flight. We have 1 shot, then white ball score.
So the 1-shot technical made by Brooks. And under 2 minutes left to play in the third. And Coach King is going to take a timeout. 83-77, a lot going on in the arena here, but the fans love it, Alvin, and so do we. Stick with us. More fire coming from the floor in just a second. An 83-77 game as tensions flare here in the arena in Alvin. This is a big game, so it makes sense why those tensions are kind of going up. Shane Prunty thrown down to the ground, and good call by the officials there.
And that's the tail of the tape. You're seeing a lot of chippy plays on both ends, and it's going to be tough on the officials to have to, because every call that they make is going to be controversy. This is the battle of two undefeated teams, and both guys want it to stay that way. They want to stay unblemished. They don't want to make that trip. They don't want to make that trip to the loss column. And right there, Shane Prunty did a good job of boxing out on one end, got swung to the ground, and right now you're going to see him shoot 2 free throws. He's done a great job so far at the free throws he's had. He's shooting at 100%. He hasn't missed, however, he hasn't shot as many. Let's see what he does with this one. Great job knocking home that first one. And Shane Prunty really does a lot for this team. He's played in China when FBA went to China. He played college lacrosse, and so far he coaches, he films, and he does really a lot for FBA as a whole. He knocks down both free throws, staying true to that hundo percent from the free throw line. Great job by Shane.
Prunty out of Beaverton, Oregon. The kid from Oregon here in the FBA is a shot made on the other side by Aaron Richards. He's now got 14 points, a 79-85 game.
Great job kissing off the high glass on that one, and I love to see that press. Nice little diamond press to kick off that timeout break and see what they could stop this prolific flight offense.
Gullett from right wing. Can't get that 3 to fall.
Look at the hustle by Shane Prunty from one end of the court all the way to the other. Even though he didn't get it, you love to see that effort. That's why he's seeing his minutes extended in this one. He came in early on, was diving all over the ground. Right now you're going to see him taking Sukup early on in the shot clock.
Here's King driving down low. Missed that one, and the second chance putback by Sean Sukup is good. He's got 4 points with under 1 minute left to play.
That's where Sukup thrives. Right there you see him slapping the ball from Elliot Glegg, which is a premier ball handler. He has a ball on a string. Sukup just doing a great job of doing what he does.
Dickerson in a 4-point game. And Moss a big rebound there. Moss into the lane. Gullett up strong and fouled down low again. And he is in some pain.
And that looks like that's a tough foul, because I understand in the heat of the game you have to prevent Grant from getting an easy attempt at the basket, but you do want to make sure you're keeping guys up, you're playing it safe, you're playing basketball, and that teeters on the line of getting a little egregious.
We've seen a few of those so far today.
Yeah, definitely starting to get a little sloppy. The refs are doing a solid job of trying to control the game before it gets out of hand. Kirk King just getting a little too high up on that one. You want to see him just really go for the ball, and if you're gonna hold him, hold him. Don't just throw him to the ground.
Play basketball.
Yeah, keep it basketball, keep it civilized. Grant Gullett, okay though, knocking it down. He got a big frame.
Well, it's all right. Got 5-point lead now for the Flight. That one tipped from behind by Gullett, and now here's the pass ahead to Gullett, and Gullett up with the right hand from the right block, makes the shot. He's got 27.
And now you see Gullett turning it on. A little switch has flipped in his head.
Richards has it blocked by Moss. Moss's finger is bleeding. Down low, Gullett draws the foul and makes the shot. How about the guy who's gotten fouled so hard this game saying, nope, I'm still one of the best players on the floor. He'll go to the line and shoot one. Made the shot, and his team's up by 9.
Grant Gullett just doing it all. You see him going down on the receiving end of a nice lob, full court lob, and you see him turning it up. After that hard foul, you see him really starting to turn it up a notch. He's trying to let them know, foul me if you want. I could get buckets.
He misses that one for a chance at the 3-point play. His team up by 9. 10 seconds left to go in the third. Brooks going inside and making the scoop up with the left hand. He's got 34 points.
That was a beautiful take by Brooks.
Brandon Moss on the alley-oop with 3 seconds left to to go. Moss with 25. Last shot by King. He tried to bank it home. But the Flight going a little bit of a run. Still ahead by 9 points as we have one more quarter of action in the battle of the undefeated. Stick with us. More basketball on the way in just a second.
At Envy Labs, we build web applications that start with an idea. They move through strategy and need an outside eye ahead of wireframes and technical specifications. There's design and layout and functionality, but there's also performance, things like accessibility and data visualization. It all comes together for what ultimately is a successful launch. Over the past decade, Envy Labs has built platforms that pair things like data and sports or environmental science. We've built technical training platforms around data science and around network administration, and we've bootstrapped and sold our own product. We are a temporary CTO and an outside specialist in strategy, design, and development. It takes a lot to go from idea to launched web application, but it's all right there in our name. Reach out to hello@envylabs.com and let's take a look at your idea together.
Booyah Burgers, Fries, and Shakes Oviedo Mall. Best burger you'll ever eat. It's worth the drive.
Hey, what?
And preview the program. So a turnover by the Flight on offense. And now here we go with under 12 minutes left to play, ticking down on the clock. We're ready for fourth quarter action. Ball tipped in there by Greg Dorlius. He's now got 10.
Great job by Greg, understanding that Brandon Moss reached to try to reach around and grab that. He's doing a great job of that this season.
Glegg with the left wing three. Elliot Glegg has 33 points.
It's really the battle of Elliot Glegg and Aaron Brooks, both guys above 30. Let's see who's the one who's gonna notch their team just a little bit farther, as Greg got nabbed for the moving screen.
10-point game, 95-85. Moss up top, throwing it left side against the man-to-man defense. Glegg to Gullett. Gullett setting it up, and the air ball, but Terry Cleveland under the basket. Dickerson, free throw line extended, and good.
Dickerson's made a living inside the mid-range. He's knocked down a few of those jumpers today, and all of them rang true. He's doing a great job of getting to his spots and knocking it down.
Rebound pulled down by Moss. Throws it ahead to Gullett, and Gullett going a nice take on the inside.
Great job by Gullett finishing that one. And you see the Tide need a timeout because they seem to be going on the opposite end of a huge run by the Flight, needing to figure out a way to stop the bleeding and put points up of their own.
A 99-85 game. More fourth quarter action coming up in just a second. This is the battle of the undefeateds on the FBA Sunday night game of the week. (99-85). Flight up by 14. Brooks from the left wing, down low, right through the hands of Dorlius, but he regains possession of it, throws it left side. Anthony Brooks couldn't get that one to fall. Brandon Moss, bounce pass ahead to Gullett. Gullett throwing it down with the right hand. Oh my!
Great job by Grant, understanding what to do on that one. Ran the lane, saw the basket, and attacked it, finishing strong.
Bergman, right side, makes the shot there. 9 points for him, and it's a 101-87 game. Terry Cleveland trying another three. No good on that one. Cleveland shooting 14% from three this season.
The will has been sucked out of the Tide. They have not gotten back on defense for the last 2 possessions. Even now, you see them, they always have negative numbers. Like, always have more guys at the attack point versus the Tide, and that's not good when you're down.
Gullett to Glegg. This triangle offense. Glegg gets 2 screens, now going down low, baseline, bounce pass in, Gullett tap from behind. Still 101-87. Which team will move into the position of #1 team in the Florida Basketball Association? 9 minutes left to play. Gullett down low, backing up Sukup. Throws it left side. Gullett, Glegg, missed that one, and Moss pulled down the rebound. Here's Cleveland, has that one almost stripped away. And the put in by Gullett.
Good job by Gullett. He just seems to be a sure hand to press the ball in, because you know if you give it to him, he's probably going to put it up and in.
Bergman from that right block extended out a couple feet. Moss fouled.
And that's a smart play by Brooks. He had his guys back, so it's not a clear path. You get in the way, you foul him early. Don't let him get a full head of steam at the basketball. This is a good matchup. Elliot Glegg.
And a foul. 103-87 still the score. Glegg is fouled. Already now 4 team fouls.
He's been very aggressive in this game. He saw a matchup that he liked, and he knew coming into it this is going to be his opportunity to have a career game, and have a career game he did, as he actually, that was the first free throw miss of the season, for Elliot Glegg. Very tough for him. You see him wanting to correct that with this last one, but he's done a great job of just being very aggressive, and most of his shots came from the mid-range extended, free throw extended jumper, or a 3-point bomb, and he's been doing a great job all season, and he did another one today.
If I had bet all my money on Elliot Glegg making every free throw today, I would have lost all my money. And Terry Cleveland hitting along to left side. Look at Terry getting involved. His first 2 of the game.
Big block
on the other side by Brandon Moss. And now here's Gullett to Moss for 3. Boom! The Flight are on a roll. Brooks, other side. He puts that one through. And now a 109-89 game with under 8 minutes left to play. Brandon Moss hitting a big 3 there. And the Tide trading a basket with them. But now let's see what Gullett can do on the left side. Bergman. Gullett driving in. Couldn't make that shot. Now underneath. Out to Cleveland. Cleveland tries another one. And that one's an air ball. Glegg pulls down the rebound. He's got Moss wide open up top. He's looking to dance a little bit. Glegg wants one for himself. Throwing it in, and that one's stolen away. The pass ahead to Shane from on the right side. Shane dribbling in, up with the right hand, and good.
Good job by Shane, shooting him off and getting that up and in. But you're just seeing dynamic play on both ends of the basketball for the Flight. You see him getting a huge block, turning that into a huge bucket, and you just see everyone feeding off of each other for the Flight. And the Tide have not been able to find a way to battle their way back. Every time they come close, the Flight do a great job of riding that wave, lasting it, and then putting on a huge run of their own. It seems like everything they do is for naught.
Moss lets it go. And that's off the front iron. 109-91 the score. Butler almost lost control of that one. Toes up the line and airballs it. Cleveland ahead to Gullett, and Gullett wrapped around and fouled.
Now that's another heads-up play. However, you don't want it to be Anthony Brooks doing all the fouling because he's your leading scorer. So you need some of those other guys to start stepping in and being in the right position at the right time so that we could alleviate some of the IQ plays from Brooks, because you don't want to see him get fouled out in this game. He's your biggest ticket to victory.
So the Pride came into this game shooting 25% from beyond the arc. Not great. Interestingly enough, both of these teams averaging around the same field goal percentage, same steals per game, and the same blocks per game. So
these two teams are cut from the same cloth. Now the Tide, they're definitely light-handed with missing 3 of their guys, but they have very similar DNA and they play the same brand of basketball. So it's very interesting to see how these two teams have battled it out so far and to see who's going to hit that last push, because there's a lot of basketball left and the Tide still have an opportunity to go on another run of their own.
Left side, Butler no good, and Gullett. Loose ball foul as he was coming down with the rebound.
Grant Gullett has been having a feast. He's had all his food, turkey, ham, rice, beans at that free throw line. He's done a great job of knocking the both of those down.
5 team fouls already on the Tide for the rest of the fourth quarter. 91 for the Tide and 111 for the Flight, who are up by 20. So it's a close game.
Definitely a close game.
Was the key word there.
Definitely was. In the first quarter, it seemed like you really didn't know who was going to take over. You didn't know. You felt like it wasn't that much of a difference between the two teams. However, as the game raged on, it seemed like the little battles that the Tide were winning were not sufficient enough to sustain for the war that the Flight was winning, because in the long haul, the Flight were able to just pull it out, go on. Their runs lasted longer than the runs that the Tide had, and their droughts were less egregious as the droughts of the Tide. So the Flight had the clear advantage in this one, really from the second quarter.
Brooks tried the reverse and couldn't get that one to fall. Moss tips it around, pulls down the rebound, passes it left corner. A pump fake by Cleveland. Cleveland one step in from beyond the arc, missed that one. And Gullett pulls down the rebound. Gullett to Terry Cleveland, and Cleveland misses the lay-in. Victor Kwan has that one taken away by Gullett. Moss just lining up his 3 and chose to pass it up. I don't know if that was a pass to Gullett or almost a turnover, but he's still good. Glegg from the free throw line makes the shot. 115-91. Elliot Glegg with quite a few points in this ball game. Let me tally it up real quick. He's got, well, it looks like 36.
Elliot Glegg is well paced to get a 40 ball in this game. You see him just being aggressive as Quan gets that up and under to go through for the Tide. But Glegg has just done a great job of feasting on that free throw extended jumper, getting all those looks to drop, and now you see him taking a bomb.
Glegg taking the 3 and making it from the left side. He is as hot as fire right now. 118-95 as that shot is made on the other side.
Brooks with the circus turnaround jumper off one leg. You don't see that too often. You know, he's been in the gym shooting up some wild shots, and it rang true for him on that one.
Glegg left side, the fadeaway is good. Oh my goodness, Elliot Glegg looking a little bit more like Magic Johnson today
Elliot
than I think I'm normally accustomed to. I'm just sitting here in awe. I just give the ball to him. I want him to keep going. Butler misses that one. Gullett pulling down the rebound. Mike Mona in the ball game now. Brandon Moss up top. Cleveland left corner 3 and hits. It's a shooting show for the Florida Flight. 123 to 95 with 4 minutes left to play.
Cleveland with the high arcing shot, getting that one to drop, but Elliot Glegg has just been phenomenal, pouring it in deep in his bag, just getting everywhere he wants, showing a nice display of handle, and everything he puts up seems to go in except that one free throw. You wanted to see him stay perfect. Elliot Glegg has just been an absolute mastermind this game. He's playing out of his mind right now. Out-of-body experience. Get him the ball. No one else should shoot it besides Elliot Glegg so far. That's how it looks. That's how it looks.
Yeah.
He's giving us the evil eye.
Elliot Glegg, he just give him the ball. I think you just run ISOs to Glegg all day. There's a turnover there. From right up top. No good on the shot by Kirk King. And here comes Moss spinning the other way. He's got Glegg open right side. Glegg at right wing three. Good! This guy is unstoppable right now.
And he gives us the look. He knows he's hot. Coach King loves it. Waldo loves it. Mike Mona loves it. And Elliot Glegg loves it. Look at him ball right now.
Anthony Brooks underneath makes the shot. 126 to 99, a turnover by the Flight, but at this lead, you can turn the ball over as much as you want. 3.5 minutes left to play.
Nothing else matters for the Tide right now. It is 126 to 99. This game has been blown open. However, Elliot Glegg is having himself a career night, just shooting lights out from the three, from the mid-range, from the free throw line. He's just doing it all.
Richards with the reverse makes the shot. He's now got 16. 126 to 101. The Flight by 25. Gullett. Mona. Let's see what this guy can do. He sets hard screens when he needs to and misses Gullett cutting towards the baseline.
Mike Mona, just a nice guy. He really just loves to travel. He wants to make people laugh, and he's just overall a good guy. Loves to be in the presence of people and positive energy. And he also does a lot of help with the FBA as well, filming here and there, along with Shane Quincy. They do a great job just making sure the FBA runs as a whole. Love to see him get minutes and hopefully get himself a bucket.
Under 3 minutes left to play. King from the right corner.
None other than the Elliot Glegg with the board. Let's see if he can go and knock down another bucket. They are doubling him early in this possession.
Cleveland wants it. One step in, and he can't make that one. Long shot and a bank home.
The bank
by Brooks
is open. Good job by Brooks getting that to fall.
Well, Brooks has a majority of the points this game.
He reverted back to his day one. He understands that some of the guys weren't there, and he had to take the responsibility, and he did a great job of doing so. Just wanted to see a lot more from the cast of his team.
Down low, Mona finds Cleveland. Under 2 minutes left to play. Glegg has that one blocked. Here's Brooks, left side to Bargman. And from the left wing, the second chance putback by Bargman is good. Missed shot by Brooks. But Bargman now with 11 points. 126 to 106 the score. Moss a three. Moss the hit.
Gets that big shot to fall. He's hit a couple so far in this game. Good job by Moss extending that range.
Moss fouls Richards as he went up for the shot with 1.5 minutes left to play.
And on that one, Richards doing a good job of just getting into the body. Nothing for Brandon Moss to do except jump straight up with his hand up and try to not get that foul. However, he was stung for that one. Good job by Richards drawing that contact.
First shot, up and good.
And Richards typically knocks them in at 55%. However, he's doing a great job so far in this one. He also brings in about 1.3 steals a game. And you saw in the last two possessions in this fourth quarter, the Tide have done a great job of getting steals. However, This is going to be a little too late for the Tide. This game looks like it's over.
Glegg. I don't have enough words for him anymore. I think I ran out of things to say about Glegg.
I got
the fact that
something.
he's got like 51 points. 131, 108. Alvin, what you got for me for Glegg?
The chocolate float way up in the air, up and in. Elliot Glegg throwing that thing way up high to give him like 80. He's balling.
At this point, I've lost track.
Oh my God!
Unbelievable! What?
Turn off the lights.
I'm leaving.
We have to get out of here.
Goodbye. 134, 110. Shot missed on the other side, and Victor Kwan tried to put back. Anthony Brooks finally puts it
Just
through.
give him the ball.
Elliot Glegg.
Get out of the way.
A man among kids. There's no way. Okay.
Please.
He's human.
No, they have another chance. They have another
give it to
chance.
Glegg. There, please. Oh, just rims out. Give it to Glegg again. Free throw stripe. Oh no, 3 in a row. He missed. And Gullett going towards the basket is fouled and makes the shot. I mean, Brandon, complete unselfish basketball. I love it.
He is on the cusp of 50 right now. They're trying to see if they can get him that last bucket. He is
Is he on the cusp
dynamic.
of 50? I feel like he already has 50.
He has either 49.
He's got 46.
So he needs a
Now that I
couple
can
more
count.
shots.
Up top, 3 made by Brooks.
Good shot by Brooks, but I want to see Elliot Glegg
All right, get the
get
ball
that
to Glegg.
last one.
Glegg down low. Glegg
No!
missed the layup. Well, he had a hot streak. Oh, here we go.
He's too happy
Now
right now.
let's see what he can do. Gets through and makes the shot. Come on, give him the ball one more time.
That's all he had to
They
do.
need a steal. 13 seconds left to go.
All he had to do was get the chocolate float to go.
Richards fouled and makes the shot. Wow, that was unbelievable.
That was a great. He had a step
Oh.
back, and he threw up the 3.
Look what I found.
And that's a great job by Richards. If he sees Elliot Glegg having all the fun, he wants some of that fun too. Richards out here balling late in this game. It don't matter about the shot clock or the scoreboard. He's out here to hoop.
Well, Elliot looks tired.
As he should be. Shooting all over the court, getting buckets, getting some steals. Give it to him again.
Mona. Tomas. 5 seconds on the game clock. Cross court. Glegg. One more to end the game.
Oh!
Yes, sir. He does it. Elliot Glegg breaks 50. And what an unbelievable game he had as he's being embraced by his teammates. The Tide lose this one by 21, their biggest loss of the season, and actually their only loss of the season. Elliot Glegg coming alive in the fourth quarter, and he wins this one big for the Florida Flight. 139-118, stick with us. Post-game show coming up in just a second. Welcome back to the post-game show. 139-118, the final score of this game. And I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that Shane Prunty was the player of the game with 2 points coming in off the bench.
And a lot of heart, a lot of hustle.
He plays with the most passion on the team. Now we're playing Elliot Glegg, obviously player of the game, 51 points in that one. Brandon Moss with 30. Grant Gullett had, 30, 34, I'm going to go with, if I can count my tallies correctly. 34 points. We miss Jerry. Jerry Pettit, our producer and engineer, could not be here today. Alvin, your final takes on today's game before we wrap this one up and get out of here.
Just a lethal offensive mastermind. We saw Elliot Glegg just be prolific and do what he does. He had a career game. He had a lot of fun. It was very great to watch. You see Brandon Moss being very unselfish, Grant Gullett hustling all over the place, Shane Prunty hustling all over the place. A lot of these guys who we haven't gotten to see a lot coming in the game for the Flight, and they did a great job. And on the other end, we saw the Tide fight a hard battle, but ultimately succumbed to a more powerful team that was the Flight. You see Anthony Brooks dropping in 30-plus points, which was a great job by him, dynamic display, knowing that he doesn't have as many scores as he usually does. So he did a great job, I believe, and you have Greg on a block who did a great job. They could build on that. The Tide can build. You know, they know they're missing a couple of guys, so moving forward, they know they're going to be okay. This is their first loss. They're going to battle it back. But for the Flight, they had a phenomenal showing today. Elliot Glegg just dominating, and from there, you know, you have a star in him.
139 to 118, the final score here. Our schedule's in the works for the next couple of weeks, so we'll get you who these two teams are playing a little on later this week. But until then, that's Alvin Delvey. I'm Jesse O. And saying good night here from our Saturday night game of the week. Stick with us. We have more games tomorrow. It is the Brevard Bobcats against the Gainesville Mighty Oaks. So that'll be a fun one. Great Sunday matinee. And Jerry Pettit will be back with us. So this will go a lot better, obviously. But until then, thank you so much for being with here on your beautiful Saturday night. Have a great one. The Flight win this one, 139 to 118.